To, danke sehr, grazie, tak, spasiba, terima kasih, doje, evharisto, toda, thank you. Darynda Jones, October 2018.
Summoned to 13th Grave. Chapter 1. What, pray tell, the fuck? T-shirt. It wasn't until I felt the sun on my face that I really knew I'd made it back. The bright orb drifted over the horizon like a hot air balloon, blinding me, yet I couldn't stop looking at it. Or, well, trying to look at it. After giving it my all through squinted lids, I gave up and closed them. Let the warmth wash over me, let it sink into my skin, flood every molecule in my body. God knew I needed it. I hadn't had a drop of vitamin D in over 100 years. My bones were probably brittle and shriveled and splintery, much like the current state of my psyche. But that's what happens when you defy a god. Not just any god, mind you. No siree, Bob. To get booted off the big blue marble, one had to defy the god, the very one a particular set of children's books called Jehovah. The man had some serious control issues. I bring one person back from the dead, and bam, banished for all eternity, exiled to a hell with no light, no hair products, and no coffee. Mostly no coffee. And, just to throw salt onto a gaping, throbbing flesh wound, no tribe. In this dimension, the one with the yellow sun and champagne-colored sand on which I now walked, I had a husband and a daughter and more friends than I could shake a stick at. But in the lightless realm I'd been banished to, I'd had nothing. I floated in darkness for over 100 agonizing years, tormented by dreams of a husband I could no longer touch, and a daughter I could no longer protect. She would be gone by now, our daughter. I will have missed her entire life. The thought alone shattered me, cut into me like shards of glass every time I breathed. But I'd missed more than her life. It had been prophesied that she would face Lucifer in a great battle for humanity, that she would have an army at her back and, fingers crossed, a warrior at her side, and that she would stand against evil when no one else could. I'd wondered for dozens of years if she'd won, the pain of not knowing, of not being able to help, driving me to the brink of insanity. Then I realized something, and a peculiar kind of peace came over me. Of course she'd won. She was the daughter of two gods. More to the point, she was her father's daughter, the god Reyes only child. She would have been wily and cunning and strong. Of course she won. That's what I'd told myself over and over for the last 30-odd years of my exile. But now I was back. An exile that was supposed to be for all eternity stopped just short, in my humble opinion, of its goal. Unfortunately, I had no idea why I was back. I'd felt myself being drawn forward, pulled through space and time, until the darkness that surrounded me gave way to the unforgiving brightness of Earth's yellow sun. That big, beautiful ball of fire I'd so often complained about as a resident of New Mexico, where sunshine was damn near a daily occurrence. The horror. And here it was, bathing me in its brilliance as my feet sank into dew-covered sand with every step I took. I walked toward it, the sun, craving more, begging for more. "I will never complain about you again," I said, tilting my face toward the heavens, because the thought of my daughter growing up without me wasn't the only thing that had driven me to the edge of sanity, nor the heartbreak of missing my husband, his hands on my body, his full mouth at my ear, his sparkling eyes hooded by impossibly thick lashes. No, it was the perpetual darkness that pushed me so far inside myself I could hardly stay conscious. I tried to escape, to find my way back to my family and friends. Boy, had I tried. But it seemed like the harder I struggled, the deeper I sank. The realm in which I'd been cast was like an inky